Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another episode for the community round robin. Now, I've got just block 1 up there with my rounds, and I'm still kind of working on putting together all of block 2, but I wanted to show you, we're working today on block 3, round 3, and this is where I've decided I'm going to go with trees. We're just doing the one quick fun option, and this is such a cute little tree to put around our blocks. I thought, okay, this is what we've got to do. But I decided, when I made these, I decided, I need to do something a little different. But first, let's get to our shout out. Emily Bailey from Auntie M's Quilts is our shout out today. Now, her YouTube channel is going to be in the show notes below. She's always got some wonderful and delightful little things going on. I have been a fan of hers for quite a while. And when you go check her out, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. You know, she doesn't know the shout out is coming, of course, because I don't tell people, right? It's like a surprise, you know, it's all good. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about, it's so important for you to get into the show notes. Not only are you going to have the pattern for the trees, right, and her YouTube channel, you might also have, there's going to be 2 videos dropping today. One is the tree block, and then the other one is the cornerstone for the tree round, right? So there's going to be 2 today, right? So, you know, don't miss the other one. I didn't want to have them too long because it would just take up too much of your time, right? So I figured, okay, we'll do it this way. What we're going to talk to you about now is our Zoom sew dates. Our Zoom sew dates are listed in that show notes or that description box. Look for the See More button and click on that, and that should open up all the stuff because there's always a lot of information in there. Now, those Zoom sew dates are for everybody who views on YouTube, right? So basically, it's from today till the end of December, and it gives you the Zoom link and the password for that link or the passcode for the link. And it's just, you know, we have a great day. It's from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time because I'm either in Alberta, my home, or I'm in Arizona, our little winter home we have there. And we just have a lot of fun that day. We try and talk to everybody that showed up, and we try and get to find out what they're working on. And if you don't feel like working on sewing that day and you want to show up with, you know, your crochet, come. It's going to be fun. It's a great place to come hang out. The other thing I want to talk to you about is I speak for free to quilting guilds or quilting groups over Zoom. It's about a 45 minute presentation. I take answers and, you know, answer questions at the end. But I talk about using your scraps, elements of design, and about making charity quilts. So if that's what your group is looking for, you know, looking for inspiration that way, put my name forward and tell them I speak for free. Also, the community round robin schedule is down there below, and it tells you where to go next to get the next block, right? Because we're on block 3, and block 4 will be dropping next week. So now you get to go, and you know, now you know where to go for, you know, that block. And those blocks are so much fun. They're just beautiful. And it was so much fun working with those other creative content, you know, YouTube content creators. You know, it was wonderful having all that different inspiration. We went in with one idea, kind of, you know, gathered the crowd, and we came up with something absolutely wonderful. And like I say, if you're following along, you're sewing along, you're seeing those blocks come together, and they're just stunning, right? And you know, like I say, it's just been so much fun. Let's see what else I got. Oh, we got a Facebook group, and we see a lot of these blocks being posted within the Facebook group. I cannot tell you how I love how you guys are putting that together, and you're putting all different palettes together. It's just, wow. It is amazing. That is so inspiring. We were doing something right. It was just phenomenal. So, I guess we should get going here. I gave you the shout out. So come on in, let's sew up some trees, and I'll show you the idea that I changed from this to something else here. Okay, so I have the sewing machine, and there's our little tree block. Now how I did this is I used just one background color, and you know, all the same tree colors, and you know, the trunk colors got all the same too. And I was like, and as I was doing this, I was like, I do scrappy. I am very happy in my scrappy happy place, so I'm like, okay, let's not do too many of these where they're all the same. So I decided, okay, what we'll do is something a little different. We'll play around and do some scrappy stuff. Now, I've talked to you before about doing 4 at a time. The 4 at a time flying geese. And this is where, you pick 4 different, or, 2 different squares, right? I just picked some random squares. We got some with bunnies on them and all the rest of the stuff, right? So I drew my lines already. I don't know if you can see that line. I drew my faint little line to do the 4 at a time. So all the cutting instructions are in the show notes and or the description box. It is so important you guys get there. Now, I have quite a few of these to do because I did 4 blocks. Yes, I did 4 blocks because I just love doing this. I wanted a queen size quilt and I decided, okay, let's have some fun. And I love scrappy quilts, so all of my stuff is, a different bit of fabric got used. So now what we want to do is when we're sewing these on the line, we want to sew on the line. We just want to be like right there on the line. And then this will work out really well and we won't have to do a bunch of trimming. So let's get this all started. Now I got pinned on both sides because sometimes, they might shift a little and you can't have them shifting. So let's just do our flying geese first. And you have to do, if you're doing 4, there's a lot of flying geese, so you have to do like this, but you know what? It's worth it. And I pulled out a whole bunch of different greens and a whole bunch of, different low volumes, a whole bunch of browns here that you can see. But we're doing the hardest part first. We're doing the 4 at a time flying geese. So it's going to be cute. And I decided I was going to play around and just have some fun with this, doing some scrappy stuff because it's supposed to be fun. I am retired and my girlfriend told me many years ago, when you are retired, you're supposed to have fun every day and it can be exhausting. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we can do that. We can do fun. So now that I've got these all pinned, I'm just going to put this back here, just so, like so. And you're going to cut up the middle, right? You're going to cut up the middle of this. And basically what you're doing is you're making like a flying geese that's going to finish at 3. You're going to make this block. And this flying geese unit is 2 inches by 3.5, right? So this is kind of, some people might go, oh my gosh, that's so small. No, yes, I know it's small, but it's cute. It's worth every bit of it. So what we do now is we just press up like this. And I'm going to find 2 different ones. Right here. I'm going to find this. Oh, this one's cute. This one's adorable. So I'm going to put one like that. And I've just matched the outer edge. And now I'm going to pin it in place so it doesn't pivot on me or, do something silly. So just pinning them in place. And this is fast. This is a fast method of doing flying geese. And where's another? Oh, let's do some hearts. Let's do some cute little hearts. Because I thought, yeah, this is perfect. This is the perfect. Get all of these things going different colors and it will be wonderful. Different colors and just, I pulled all of these fabrics except, well, the green I pulled out of my scraps, but because it's bigger pieces. But all of the white and all of the brown here for the tree trunk, I pulled out of my crumbs. So, like, because I keep my crumbs about hand size, so that's kind of important, So again, we sew right on the line, right on that little faint pencil line. Okay. When we get to the end, we turn it around and we clip off the plug, of course. There we go. And now we do the other side. There. Yeah. And I picked fun neutrals. I decided, okay, we might as well put some fun stuff in here. But I picked Little Prince because it's a little block. Right? It's a tiny little block that we're making. Okay, so now, so So now let's put this back through. Okay, so we have now 4 of these. Now we're going to cut in between our pencil line again, because we now have just finished our 4 at a time flying geese. And pull the pins, get this all clipped apart. Now, there. So you push that like that, and you can iron them or whatever. But now you have 4 of these, and they look similar, but they're not similar, right? So now that you've got something going on here now, it kind of looks, you know, looks adorable with, you know, you've got some, you know, these are all different. I mean, you only used 4 different fabrics, but they look really cute. Now, what I decided I was going to do as well, is I was going to wait to trim everything until I got, you know, my pieces together. So I'm just going to take 4 random browns, and I'm going to, let's see, I got different whites going on here. There's a plain white and a blue. There. Oh, there's a polka dot. Okay, so we line them up like that. So we can now take them as leader and enders for our blocks, right? So take your time lining them up, and I'm sewing now with the wrong foot. So let's change the foot again, because it's not one of my videos without you guys watching me change the foot of my sewing machine. So I'm going to use a 1/4 inch seam to put this on. Here we go. Okay. Now okay, let's get this all relined. Okay, here we go. And you put in one side. And we had some fun with this, you know, pulling all these really pale whites. I have a bin of low volume that I decided, okay, let's just play with this and have some fun and put in some little odd colors, you know, little scrappy things going on, you know, because we can, right? Basically, there we go. Here, now, okay. Now we get these off, and we gotta pick some more fabric. Okay, so now you're gonna press the dark onto itself. That's one of the things about this that I love the most. Now this has got kind of a, I don't know, creamy color too. Like you throw in an odd cream, you know, in there too, and you know, just little motifs. You just want little motifs in there. You don't want big motifs that are gonna swallow up everything. There we go. Yeah. So I have exactly enough cut for all of this stuff. So I'm just gonna pull one out here. Oh, this is all purple. Okay. Ooh, some more. Oh, little squares. Oh, little flowers. Oh, and pink who's it? Pink posies. That can go. And put all that in there underneath. Let's get that one. Let's put the pink flamingo print with the plain. Here we go. And let's put the purple in here with this. Okay. Alrighty, now get the plug to get all of them out from underneath and just cut between. Okay, so now we want to make sure, again, we're pressing to the dark. When you're doing scrappy, it's really important that you press to the dark when you can, because you're using all sorts of different scraps. What's going to happen is that you're going to hit one that's really thin, and you'll have show through of a darker fabric, especially a dark brown, right? Like that we're using here for the tree trunks. Okay, so now we're going to take these and we are just going to sew them together along this edge, right? Now, and if we're off a bit, that's fine, because what we're going to do, I'm going to flip it this way. If we're off a bit, that's okay, because we're going to make sure they're all the right size by trimming them, right? We're not going to force the issue. We're going to trim them to 3.5 once we're done. So I could be working on this for a long time because I got lots of tree tops to make, and so I told hubby we're not going to be able to finish filming today because I got lots of this to do. Hopefully we'll be able to finish. The next filming date will be, I'll be in better shape to have this all done. So let's go here, making sure that we sew them the right way and they don't twist on us. So I thought, yeah, this was a fun idea. Go scrappy instead of this. I had lots of this green and I could have done it, but I was like, no, let's play a little bit. Let's just play around a bit and make some fun. Do something fun. Okay. And last one through. And like I say, you don't worry about, you know, if one looks bigger than the other, because you're going to trim them, right? Make sure they fit well and all this. Okay, now, okay, so here we go. All right, get the last block off. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how. Now I pressed mine this way so they would go up, just because I found I was fighting too many seams right there with the trunk. So I thought, okay, we'll press up, and that way the green is not going to show through on the white when we press up. That's another reason why you want to press up. Okay, now, excuse me. Oh, let's take the cutest one here. Oh, the one with the bunnies. One of the bunnies in the heart. That one's cute. So what we're going to do, I'm going to quickly show you how I square up or square down to 3.5. This, like I say, might be a little bit oversized. That's okay. Now, 3.5. Oh, the flying goose is right on the money for 3.5. So that's good. So we're just doing a little trim this way. Okay, we are trimming off thread. That's it. Well, that's not much. That's not much to trim off, but that's good. So then we switch it the other way, and we try and get everybody in that 3.5 inch mark, that square, and then we trim off everything that doesn't work. Oops, line it up again, make sure we're good. We're good, and there's absolutely nothing that comes off the bottom. So that's it. That's how you trim them up. Now we're gonna do. I have to cut because I gotta do the rest of my squares here, and we'll finish filming this and showing you how to put it all on the border. Okay. Okay, we're back. We got all the trees finally sewn, and that 4 at a time flying goose works really well. Now some of this I've already sewn together, so you don't have, this video doesn't end up being too long, right? Like the sides, you know, the top and bottom, because this is the mug and it's a directional quilt. So I decided, okay, we're going to have the bottom laying like this. Now, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we sewed this all together, because I got all my other 3 blocks all sewn. So I start reaching from this far left, upper left, and I put the blocks down together because I've trimmed them all and everything. I put them like together like this, but because these seams are both, these seams here are both going the same direction, I take the top one and I shove it down, right? Just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this under, oh, I should probably change feet. Hang on. I forgot to change feet. Sorry. Yeah, what's a video of mine without you guys watching me change my feet? It's, yes, it doesn't take too long to change feet, but it's always like, oh, I forgot to do that again. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm flipping the top down like that. So now those points will nest. So I just line it up, take my time, line it up. And one's going up, the bottom one is going this way, and the top one is going this way. That's seam now. Okay, so again, I'm going to do that again, right? So I'm like this, I'm lining up, but I'm pushing this one down so those seams will nest. So I'll have really sharp little points that will define my trees. And I take my time. There we go. Now, here's the sides, right? The sides I want to sew together where they're standing up. But I have to sew from this side here because I don't want to cut off the top of my point. So I take my side and I line it up just like so. And as I'm sewing near that point, if I have to steer to make my point, I can steer. And again, I take it and then I flip it over so I can see where my X, the X marks the spot on this, right? So you want to take this, there we go. Just move that, there we go, nice. So now we take the top two, or the top, okay. Okay, now this one goes over here and this one goes over here, right? Just like that. But, okay. Now, this one got tipped under, so we have to tip this one this way. We tip the bottom down. See, I'm trying not to twist that seam. We will iron it in place so it will lay flat. But now we try and nest this up and we line this top up and we go in and we sew. There we go, nice. Nice meat. We do have a nice meat, yes we do. Now this is, okay, this is the bottom and this is the top. So now this goes like that and then I flip it over so I can see where my point is. Now that point here, I'm going to highlight this one in pencil. Where's my pencil? Okay. Oh, please, Lord, tell me I have a pencil. Okay. Yes, I do have a pencil. Okay, it's right here. It's kind of a funky one, but it works. This is the sewing line. And this is the other sewing line. So essentially you have X marks the spot where you have to meet that. It's a little shy of a quarter, but that's okay. We can maneuver around that to make it work. So we don't lose our point, right? That's the whole object of the game. So we want to steer a little bit up. We're going to be a little shy right at the peak, and then we go back down to a full 1/4 inch. That's how you correct something like that. Okay. Now this, I'm just going to, oops. I'm going to open this up and I'm just going to push this down so it stays in the right spot. And this one can stay down because I don't want it twisted. There we go. And you just move it like that. Now, right now, this will go together like an uneven 9 patch. And that's exactly what we're going to do with it. We're going to take the top, the cornerstone that I made, and we're going to do line it all up nice and neat, and get it so there, that goes under. Now, there we go. There. Okay, now there's a lot of seams in this block, of course, because you know the all of this and all of that, it takes its toll, right? So we want to make sure this is going up, and this is how we would, oops, I gotta get a bit more room here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look, right? So because you don't want you want all those little nests to match, right? Because this block here, right, the block that we just sewed is 3.5 inches. So you just want to take some time out and pin where the intersections have to be, right? And push your seam the correct way, right? Because that is important. So you skip 2 1/4 square triangles and then you just push your seam in the right spot. And sometimes pinning these side seams, you know, is just an easy way to put a block together. And I know I'm not a pinner, and I'm always saying, well, you know, all you need to do is this. On this block, I'm going to be doing some pinning. I'm going to be doing some pinning. So I'm going to start in, because there is so many seams. Now I'm just going to let this go through the machine. There we go. And I'm going to lift my, and as I get close, I'm going to pull my pin. And there we go. Again. And lift up the foot so my needle can slip in under the plow and then give it a pull. Basically, you're getting it out of harm's way so you don't break your needle. Because that would be bad. That would be very bad. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And the last little bit. Right to the end. And it matches up perfectly. Now you're going to grab these two pieces and flip this over this way. Right? Just like an uneven 9 patch. Works perfect. Okay. Now. Oops, let's get the... Oh dear. Did I run out of bobbin? Yes, I did. I ran out of bobbin. Okay. It's like, oh no, I ran out of bobbin. Okay, so my stuff is falling to the floor. There we go. I got it. I got it. So we'll have to do this over again, but that's okay. That's okay. I got time to do this. Okay. So we're just going to pin all of this in place again because... Yeah, alright. I just gotta change out I ran out of bobbin. And I was sewing so nicely, everything. I didn't run out of bobbin. My bobbin thread broke. Well, that's weird. Okay. That's strange. Okay. Let's get this baby back and humming again. Okay, so we're just going to make it like an uneven 9 patch, and I'm just going to finish putting in just a little seam here. Okay. Just like that, so it'll all stay together, connected together. Okay, now I'm going to take this, I'm going to run a couple of stitches under there, and now I'm going to just pin along this area again, because of course it had to, the bobbin had to break thread. This one. Why not? Yes. Why not? That's sewing. That is sewing, guys. That's what happens. Every sewing room has this kind of thing going on, and sometimes you have to just roll with it, you know. So anyway, so here we go. We got some pins in there. Now everything's going to go through real smooth this time. And I'm going to lift my foot so I get the needle under there and then pull it. Just as we crawl up to it. Here we go. Yeah. It's nice that these 1/4-inch triangles, these ones here, like I sewed them and they all matched up to 3.5-inch squares. So sewing another 3.5-inch square up to it is nothing. It's very, very simple. There's just a lot of fabric. That's all. That's all you have to worry about. There's a lot of fabric there. A lot of fabric in this block. And a lot of seams. A lot of little seams. Okay. There we go. Get that out of the way. There. And voila. Right to the end. Okay. And yes, we are sewing. Hey, hooray. Okay, now you're going to take the cornerstone, the left bottom cornerstone, and attach it to the middle lower trees. Okay. And put your plug in. There we go. There. Just like that. And just like that, you're going to turn this over, and you're going to pull the cornerstone, and it's going to go this way. This way. There. So you take your time, line it up, looks good, get it done. There we go. Okay, now, just going to trim that off. And now the last little bit of stuff. Now you can do, you know, like I say, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I mean, pinning will help this project come together, and all the seams will match up. And that's probably the nicest thing about this, is that all those seams are going to match up, and all you have to do is take the time to pin. And you don't have to put a lot of pins in. You just take, you know, every block, you know, you put in a pin, right? So, and everything should nest together beautifully. And there we go. And that goes up. That goes down. There. There we go. Okay. Get this all lined up. Yeah. There we go. Okay, there we go. Another one. There. 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 They've used so many little pieces in here with the quarter square triangles. Oops. With the quarter square triangles and my trees and my string cornerstones, that I'm very, very happy to have used all that the little stuff up. But sometimes that, you know, if it's too big, it almost sits and doesn't get used. Okay, so my trees are going that way. Just line that up. Take your time. There we go. And now we sew the other way. There, get our plug in. And now we can sew the other way. Now, when you're doing this, here, let me get this board out of the way. When you're doing this, you want, when you're sewing this bottom row, there's where your apex is. You don't want to miss those points. You don't want those points cut off, right? So what you're going to do is these are going to just be pressed out, just like so. Right? And there. So we're pressing out on both sides, just like this. Actually, all four sides, but we haven't got there yet. And so because this one's pressed out, this one gets pressed in, right? This first corner. Okay. Okay. So now I clip that, and I try and match my seams up the best I can. And yes, perfect. Woohoo! I always get excited when I make a good nest. Now these are all going to go up. This one is going to go up. There we go. And you can pin. I'm going to finger pin. Finger pinning is much easier for me on this part here. Yeah. I see when I put the other blocks together, I was having a bit of problem with that, getting everything, you know, lined up. Okay, here we go. There we get that one. There. Nicely matched up. Okay. Oops, get that out of the way. There. Nested lovely. Wow, this thing is struggling. Why is it struggling? Okay, there we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay, now, there. So now I'm going to push that one this way. And just, okay, and I didn't mess up any of my points on top. Yay! That's beautiful. Now with this one, I'm just going to sew this one down. And I don't have to worry about points per se. Well, I do and I don't, but you know what I'm saying, right? I don't have that top, very top of that tree to worry about. There. Now, let me, okay. Oh, where is this? This is going this way, this has to go this way. Okay. Okay, next. There we go. There, now. This was such a fun project to work on. I'm coming up with a few different ideas on how I'm going to sash this, and I'm playing around with some ideas, but because I'm making a queen, so mine's going to be just a tad bigger than everybody else's. I believe everybody else is just working in the collaboration, is just working on a couch girl. I decided to go big because I was going to use it more, more fabric scraps that way, so I was happy. Okay, let's get to the end, and I match my ends up. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Now, with this, you're just going to finger press this out that way, right? Just like that. And you got all your points, everything looks lovely. Now comes this. So, your outer border is a coping strip. Now, if you're 1/4 inches off and your seams are too big, I only needed a 1/2 inch, right? Or 1.5 inches, sorry. If your 1/4 inch is too big, you might need 2, and then you can trim down to the, 20.5, right? So, but this coping strip or cheat strip is actually really good. Like even if it all goes together, but your 1/4 inch is a little on the chubby side, we're okay. If it's on the thin side, right, and it's been too scant and too thin all the way through, because that's the way you sew your 1/4 inch, you might have to trim this coping strip, which is also a nice cheat because then you don't have to worry about it. Now, just to make this long piece, these longer pieces go together a little nicer, I just fold it in half and I mark my thumb. I put a little divot in, and that divot goes right into the middle. So that divot, so this is the middle block. So basically I'm going to pin this right like here so that I know where the center is, and I'm not sitting there going, wow, I wonder if, no, you're not wondering now. You know exactly where the center is. So now the bottom is just a hair bigger, so I'm going to let my feed dogs do the dirty work and cleaning this up. So that will help me out quite a bit. So now, here we are. I'm going to I'm going to hold on to this pin. And yes, there's a little bit of looseness in my block on the bottom, but this will get it all sorted. Okay, there. I'm going to put this down. Seam goes up. Okay. Seam go up. There we go. Pull my pin, and now I've got this evenly eased through. Just a minute. Go up, go up. There we go. Okay. Now I've got this beautifully eased through. This extra little fullness has been eased through the entire length of this strip that I'm sewing on. And that one goes down And it's not going down. It's not going to lay flat if it goes that way. Okay. Here we go. So that was easy enough to do. There. There. So now I just press. I will be pressing all of these with an iron afterwards, right? But I pressed the other three. Once I pressed the other three that I did, I was just like, wow, these are gorgeous when they're pressed. Again, do the, the trick with the middle, match up your middles, give a little score, a little scrape with your fingernail so you make a little divot. The divot's gonna come out when you iron it. Put your pin in place, make it line up to the middle, make this line up to the end. Yeah. This works. This works so great. And, okay, now we just line this up. And yes, again, it's just, we're talking like probably a 1/4 inch. Not even a 1/4 inch throughout the whole length. This is 18.5 inches, so to be out a 1/4 inch is not bad. That's pretty good. You did your best. Okay. Okay, now where is this? This is going up. I don't have any resistance. There we go. Whew. Okay. There we go. That goes that way. And all the way to the top. There we go. Now, I'll show you a cute cheat for the top. Because there, you don't want, I got my floating air thing going on here. Right, because the trees now float around this black and white. So I want to put this, and this is your 20.5 inch strip. So you want to put this across the top. But when you sew it from the top, what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to see what's going on, right? And you won't know where the points are. So we're going to pin it in the middle, again, just like we did the last one. And we're going to pin it from there and here. And now we're going to flip it over. Just let me get this. Okay, I'll get this. All right, so now we're going to flip it over. There, so we can make all our points. And that's a cheat, because otherwise you would be able to see where you're going on this, right? And it sounds weird and counterintuitive because the little piece is on the bottom, but it's okay. It works. It works good. So I think it would be a shame if you put all this work into this block, these blocks, and you ended up cutting off all your points. That would be. Now, when I'm halfway and I pulled my pin, I make sure I line up that corner and then I hold on. I hold on because there's, I doubt if there's even an 1/8 of an inch left to ease in, but you never know. You never know. You want to hold on to that end and then go all the way. And even your cornerstones have a little top that you don't want to cut off. And there we go. Okay. So we do this. Okay. And yeah. Once these are pressed, these look lovely, by the way. Okay, and again, that, dividing it in half is such a good idea. Okay. And now Where did that mark go? Ah, hang on. Hey, the mark is right there. Okay. And this one can go the regular way because all you're doing is stumps, right? So that's the majority of this. So I just, like I say, pin there, put it in, yes. And I'll finish sewing this. And then we'll do our big ta-da moment. It'll be lovely. Oops, I just okay. All right, here we go. And we're off to the races. There we go, we're halfway. Line up the other end, so if there's anything you have to ease in, it will ease in. And that one's supposed to go this way. There we go. And now, right to the end, we're good. Okay, let's get to that ta-da moment. Okay, here we are with block 3, round 2. This was such a fun round to do. I got to use a lot. In this block, I got to use all these little bits and scraps, making those quarter square triangle blocks. I just love these, how that all came out. And I got to use a bunch of different little colored bits as well. Then with my trees, I mean, I played around with my crumbs and, you know, some of my smaller pieces, and I was able to do this. I decided to go with the black and white around it just to, you know, give it a little bit more breathing room with a black and white print. So yeah, I love this. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do with these. So here's the other ones I've made. I don't, you can't quite see the ones on top very well, but you can see this one. This one was a lot of fun. You know, I've got a little pineapple going on. I got a little bird of paradise flower here. I got a parrot and a banana tree. It's all good. It's all good. I always wanted a set of Hawaiian coffee mugs, so this was the perfect time to do that. Thank you so much, Kelley from Kelley's Quilts and Cruises. Okay, so I just cannot wait to see what you guys are going to do with this block. This is just absolutely awesome. So now look in the show notes below again to who is next on that list. I believe it's FutureCat, and she's going to be block 4, and you don't want to miss block 4 because wow, is that ever cute. So that was it. That's a wrap for this one. So you guys, I hope you have an absolutely amazing week. Don't forget to subscribe to the other people that are doing the community round robin. I mean, they are just such fantastic people. It's just wonderful, and it will be really good. Okay, you guys, take care until we meet each other again. Okay, bye. Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!